Here's Johnny.
Let me a hero, be who you are.
Spurs fans, football fans, viewers, subscribers, thank you very much for watching this season. We're coming up to the Everton game. Penultimate football video, probably. I don't really want to dwell on the, what can you call them, fantasy transfers and the fictional transfers. What we're going to talk about today, we've got Jed Spence, fractured jaw. Poor boy. And they reckon he's going to play reportedly. Reportedly. Don't you love that word? And reportedly, Romero's going to go and watch Belgrano instead of being at our last game of the season. Mate, you can't blame him. If he wants to go and watch his football team that he supports and his childhood team that he played for get into the Championship, an historic moment for them. They've never got there before. Who are we to stop him? He's what you call a proper football fan who plays football. You know, he supports his club with all his art and he plays for us with all his art. All you've had for the last 24 months is social media and the press. Every negative angle they can spin on a certain player to put them in a negative light, you just push it, bruv. You just push it because it equals engagement. Let's not talk. Let's be serious about it. It's all about engagement, isn't it? Everything's about engagement. And they're fanned rage bait and negative shit gets you more engagement. Simple as that. So they've been negative. Look at it this way, the way I look at it. He passionately supports his football team. He's got the funds to go and watch his football team in an historic game for Belgrano. You'd be the same. If you was on the bench and you supported Tottenham and they was in an historic final, you'd be exactly the same. So you can't knock this one. He's injured. He ain't going to do us no good, but he can support his club. You know, I think a lot of Spurs fans want to take a leaf out of his book and know how to blindly support a football club. Away fans and home fans, thank you very much for this season. You've done well. At the minute, there's a protest planned for after the game. Didn't want to be too negative, but what's the point of a protest after the Everton game? It's one of those clever little PR stunts. It's not for protesting, it's for theatre, and that's all it is. There's no point having a protest after a game. There's no the cameras are turned off, bruv. Who are you protesting to? The two pigeons on the top of the fucking cockerel. That's all you're protesting to. It's absolutely ridiculous. Well, they are ridiculous. I've been telling you all along they're ridiculous. 1 minute they're a Tottenham protest company, whatever they fucking are. The next minute they're fucking holding hands with Enoch, with their health and safety, and we're going to plan this, we're going to have a bus parade. Yeah, that went down well, didn't it? At the minute, you've got fake news about De Zerbi wants everyone to attend the game like they did the Aston Villa game, and have a little sing-song beforehand and all that. Do you know what? Just go to the football normal and do it normal. Fucking hell, this fake news is absolutely terrible. Do you know what? That's what the internet is, though, isn't it? It's all disinformation. You have to weed out all the fucking crap, and then you dig through the mud and you will find someone genuine. I did that last night. I found an absolutely beautiful Spurs channel, and I thought I was missing two Spurs brothers that I love. I thought, where are they? I haven't seen them on anything. And then I found them sitting together on a sofa, tea talk with Tottenham. Mate, thank God I found you. I had the most loveliest night listening to them talking. Lovely, positive show. Absolutely refreshing to the point of there's no collaborations with all these other YouTubers. It's not the same two faces all the time. It was two proper Spurs fans, two geezers who support the Tottenham, talking, being nice to each other in a natural environment with none of this ego. It was just no ego. They're just Spurs brothers. You know what I mean? Absolutely brilliant. Absolutely really enjoyed last night, to be honest with you. And I was up and down, a bit negative, a bit, then positive, then negative. I was up and down like a Spurs fan is. And that just, what can I say? Absolutely fucking handsome. Yeah, we've got Everton. I think a lot of people were underestimating West Ham. Absolutely underestimating West Ham. They've got some firepower, mate. In Tatty. They've got some backroom fire. And do you know what? They've got Fernandes. They've got a couple of decent players on that team. Jared Bowen might even step up for a change and become West Ham hero. Not that we want none of this, but I think a lot of the football channels are underestimating West Ham. A lot of people are underestimating West Ham. A lot of people are underestimating Everton. All right, the previous don't look too good, but you can't underestimate a football team. Right, this is where you get the echo chambers and everyone else parroting, and they've not watched football. Well, I say they've not watched football. They're football fans, right? But I tend to watch a lot of games. I watch the Tottenham, watch the West Ham. The missus always likes to hate watch Arsenal in case they get beat. You know what I mean? But I do keep an eye on all the other football games. Like if I'm waiting 2 hours to watch the Spurs game and there's an Everton game beforehand, and I'd watch Everton. You know, in fact, I watch. How many games do you watch of football? Not just Tottenham. If you take out all the Tottenham games each week, how many games of football do you watch? Do you watch over 3? Over 6? 10? Maybe I watch about 12 games to about 16 games a week of football. European and predominantly Premiership, and watch the Millwall. Anything that I've got a bit of a connection to, I will watch. You know, I don't know if it's the same with other people. I've got my dad's. I'm half Spanish, so I watch a lot of my dad's clubs. So I've grown up listening to Spanish football, and it's just natural to watch a bit of Spanish football. Especially when the missus is at work and I'm being a lazy fucker. I'll put on the Spanish football. I'll have a watch of that. I'll have a watch a bit of the French football because I love fucking France. Watch a bit of Millwall because Mrs. family all comes from that side of the water. Barring her mum and dad, they're fucking Tottenham yids. And yeah, I watch the Premiership because my club's in there and I like to keep an eye on all the other teams we're playing. Do you do that? Do you watch the teams if we're playing them in 2 weeks' time? Do you keep an eye on them and watch their games for the last couple of games? I've always done that. That's because I used to do the pools with my nan. Do you remember the pools and spot the ball? I used to, and tell you a little fucking story. I won the pools once when I was about, I think I was about 11. My nan gave me, I got all the score draws that week. And prize money was, I think it was about, I'm not bitter, but I think it was £74,000 or £94,000. And I won it. And she didn't put my coupon in. She didn't put my coupon in. She only put my granddad's and her one in. And yeah, most gutted. Because I used to check them off as well. Do you remember Dickie Davis? I used to check off the pools results. And I remember checking them off, looking at her going, we've won. And she, no, we ain't. Didn't put your coupon in. Did I hold it against her? Never. One of those things, isn't it? You don't miss it if you ain't got it. I think a lot of people are overhyping Leeds. They're a good team. They are a really good team. But Well, I suppose the league position does say us and West Ham have been shit. And this is what people are relying on. But that's what I'm saying. It's a funny old game. The same as Everton. People forget. We could have some really good shots on target, but they've still got Jordan Pickford in goal. No, I used to hate Pickford. Absolutely hate Pickford. And then something happened, and I watched a few Everton games in a row, and I thought, do you know what? Why did you think like that? He's absolutely, what a character of football. One of the last great. You know when we say we ain't got characters of football, I overlooked the goalkeepers. Absolutely overlooked the goalkeepers. And years ago, I never overlooked the goalkeepers. But Pickford, I think he's one of the last great goalkeepers. The last great characters in football. And I said the other day in a video that we ain't got no characters. You're one of them, Jordan Pickford, bruv. Just a great goalie. Don't want to underestimate Everton because they've got David Moyes. Now, Moisey and West Ham, they're a bit like that, aren't they? I've got a feeling he might come at us. He's not a bad player. He's not a bad manager, is he? Mind you seen that picture of him when he was fucking young? He's an ugly fucker, isn't he? Jesus fucking Christ. Yeah, but it's going to be one hell of a fucking weekend. One hell of a weekend of football. And it's going to come to a climax where we either stay in the Premiership or we go down to the Championship. And do you know what? Whatever the weather, I'm a yid. At the minute, I'm trying to save up for a nice big cockerel tattoo to go over this tattoo, what I've got on my arm. I don't even want to show you that tattoo, what I've got on my arm, to be honest with you. But I'm going to see if I can get a nice big cockerel over the top of that before I go on holiday. Mate, maybe I should have crowdfunded. Would anyone put in a pound for Johnny to get his cockerel before he goes on holiday? Because this, talk about an embarrassing tattoo. I was drunk at King's Cross at the age of 15 and got a tattoo from a geezer called Old Jock's Tattoo Shop. Only to find out years later, he's a classic tattooist, that geezer. Well, I'll tell you what, you classically fucked my arm up. That's what you fucking did do, Jock. If there's any tattoo fans out there, and Jock's still alive, tell him he's a wanker from Johnny. And yeah, no more said on that one, eh? Is there any other Spurs news? There's loads of fantasy transfers going on, aren't there? We've got Fabrizio Romano, keep bunny, and Gertrude Carson. You know what? I worked out the average percentage he was right last year, 48%. So if he gives you 10 names, he's only going to be right about 5 of them. If he gives you 2 names, he's only going to be right about fucking 1 of them. It's like fucking, you can't believe this geezer, can you? I don't think there's any other Spurs news, to be honest with you, apart from, did I mention the change for Tottenham, the protest? I can't remember if I've mentioned that now. Or was that the last video that I had to stop because I went to find my vape? Oh, do you know what? I ain't got, I've got loads of other things on my mind as well at the minute. We've got the filth. Won something this week, and all I'm getting is I've got a great big Tottenham sticker on the back of my car, great big cockerel, and all I've been getting is oots. I don't even live in London no more. I live just on the sort of outskirts of London, and in between the coast and the outskirts, right? And all I've been getting is toots, and for about 2 days now. It wasn't until this morning I fell in. It's the fucking cockerel on the back and all these fucking Arsenal supporters crawling out of bushes. What's all that about, bruv? What is all that about? I ain't never seen you lot in Arsenal tops around here before. Now they've won something, they're all crawling out. Oh, look, get out. Look, let's go and give him a note. Oh. Doing my nutting. That's doing my nutting. Are we coming to the end of this video? I was going to keep it. I wanted to sat here with my cup of tea. Thought to have a little football talk time. Mawani, he ain't done it for us this season, has he? He's got a little hate campaign going on social media at the minute. I do hate the campaigns when they start giving the players the absolute shit. I think it's ridiculous to start on one player when it's a team sport. He's not being played in his right position. So let's face facts. When a player's not playing in his right position and he's played as a winger and he should be played centrally in front, then what do you expect? Really, tell me, what do you expect? Do you know, has he lost confidence in that since that World Cup moment? Probably, but do you know what? That's what I'm saying. He's not being played in his right position. Everyone moaned about the top three up front this week. There's loads of social media and YouTubers all moaning about our top three. When you look at the bench, who are you going to put on instead then? Really, who are you going to put on instead? You know what you could have done with hindsight, but we're not football managers. We're not De Zerbi. Maybe you could have put Spence on the right and Porro as the winger at the top. And then you could have had Richarlison up the front with Mawani on the bench, and you could swap them over. Do you know what? I can't see what people are doing at the minute. We've not got a bench. We've never had a rotational squad to keep for these YouTubers and for the press to keep saying, well, he shouldn't be there. He shouldn't be here. It's ridiculous. Well, who are you going to put there? Who are you going to put there? This goes out to all the YouTubers and everyone on this horrible negative platform. You can moan and moan and moan about Mawani, Richarlison, Tell, but who are you going to swap them out for? In reality, who are you going to swap them out for when you look at the bench? So stop talking absolute waffle. It's a bit of a joke, isn't it? Maybe you could swap the midfield about a little bit. Paulinho was a bit off this week. Maybe he just had a dodgy fucking crab stick, you know what I mean? Maybe the Everton game, he'd come back alive again. Same as Conor Gallagher. He had a bit of an off day, didn't he? You know, we shouldn't really be having these off days. We should really have consistent players. This is my argument about having rotational squads. They've played to high heaven all year, and okay, I'll give you you can come back at me and say, yeah, but we've only had one game a week since we got knocked out of everything. Yeah, we have. So I'll give you that. But at the same time, they should be more consistent, shouldn't they? You know, and we should have a rotational squad. This is where the structure of Tottenham Hotspurs let us down, where Vinay and Lange have let us down with recruitment. Hopefully, going on to next year, whatever the weather, Championship or staying in the Premiership, maybe the people at the big table will see they're not doing a proper job, and we can upgrade on them, because the recruitment has absolutely been terrible. I mean, who in their right minds wouldn't? We had so much to play for this year. So much to play for. We was in the fucking Champions League. We had the Thomas Frank come out and say we want to compete in everything. But the transfers coming in, and knowing that we got injuries before we even started the season, that Maddison wasn't going to be there, you would have thought you would have opened up the coffers and got a like for like player in. Oh no. Instead, it got to a certain time of the year and we just loaned out everyone, didn't we? Loan out people, just loan them all out. Don't matter. Would they have helped? Maybe, maybe not. Youth and experience. What would you rather have? We all moan that we want more experience in the Tottenham squad, yet it gets down to when we're needing players and rotational squad, we're thinking we just play anyone. Fucking hell. Just play the 16-year-old, for fuck's sake. Just bring him on. But it don't mean they're going to do anything, does it? It don't mean they're going to get us over the line. But oh well, that's football. We've had a couple of bad seasons now. But one of them bad seasons, we got in the Europa Cup, bruv. Thank you, Ange Postecoglou, for that. And thank you to that squad for that. Don't forget Romero was part of that squad. And Sonny didn't win it all by himself. It was a squad. It's a team sport, bruv. Come on. Let's face it. You can't keep knocking fucking people. Anyway, come on, you Spurs. Roll on Sunday because, do you know what? This is driving me potty. Absolutely waiting. Told you last month. I just want to open the curtains and know that we're staying up. That's all I want out of life, is to stay in the Premier League for a minute. I've not got much in my life apart from my kids, my missus, my family. Hobbies is Tottenham. That's what I think about Tottenham. I've stopped playing a lot of guitar because I'm watching my football again. And it's all I've got is football as an hobby. And if we go down, I'll still be here. I'm quite excited if we go down. I look at it this way. I'll be excited if we stay up because we get to do it all again and it'll be exciting. But if we go down, there's a whole new lot of teams to play who I can watch. So I'm taking the positives out of both sides of it. I'm not doing this glasses half full, glasses half empty shit. I'm just looking on the bright side of life because, mate, at the minute, too much shit out there. And the more shit that you take in your ear holes and you listen to, right, the more it makes you bitter and twisted in your mind. And I ain't playing that game. I ain't playing that game, bruv. Let's have a good one. Take care. Absolutely have a lovely weekend. Take the kids out. Get them some Tottenham bits and pieces. And if you're going to the game, God bless you. Be safe and get home safe. If you're watching it on your armchair, get a couple of cups of tea in. And it's going to be hot. Maybe get a little barbecue going. Get a bit positive. You know, it all helps over the airwaves, doesn't it? Just, we'll chuck it all over to the Tottenham Stadium. And come on, you Spurs. I love yous.